All right, y'all. So, can y'all see the skies? How they look kind of gray like? We're supposed to get some rain, they say, tomorrow. But I just wanted to show y'all some things. I know it probably seemed like it, but I hadn't really filmed out here in a little minute. But my stuff is still going to flower. And it's still plenty bees. It's still plenty bees and other pollinators. But it's plenty. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Plenty bees. Because I think I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't get them all in frame at the same time. I see 6 of them now. Well, 7, 8. I see 2 more down there. But this is what I really want to show y'all. So, like I told you, those flowers will start drawing the bees to your garden if you leave enough of them. It's a woman driving that truck. Anyway, but I just wanted to show y'all this. But if you have enough stuff going to seed, can y'all see that? There's 2 bees on that side. A while ago, it was 4 of them on this one. There go another bee there. He just flew off. He saw me and flew off. But look at that. Look at those honeybees working that. And like I told y'all, I have honeybees, I have carpenter bees, and I have honeybees, bumblebees, and masonry bees. I think masonry bees and carpenter bees the same thing, I think. I also wanted to show y'all, look at this here. Remember I said I was going to thin this if I have to? Look at that. That's a bumblebee there. The big one, the big furry ones, those are the bumblebees. The ones that are medium size and kind of, their backs be kind of black and shiny, like they don't have a lot of fur. Those are the masonry bees or the carpenter bees. I think that's the same thing. If it ain't, child, I'm just as wrong. But let me say masonry bee, because I know that's what a masonry bee look like. I think masonry bee and carpenter bee name is interchangeable, but I ain't for sure. I could be wrong. But either way it go. The little bitty ones, those little small ones, those are honeybees. The medium-sized, shiny black back ones are masonry bees. And the big furry ones, those are bumblebees. So I've got all 3 out here partaking. But remember I told y'all I was going to thin that if I had to? The hell I am. I've been harvesting on this. I done harvested 3 times. And you can't tell at all. Now, I ain't harvested on the beans yet. They just not making pods. I'm going to lift up in a minute. But I'm talking about these monsters. And this is them red giant monsters. Boy, ain't they pretty. And let me say this. When the leaves, I harvest them when they get about like this here or like this here. But just harvest on the outside and leave those little bitty. I'm trying not to bother these bees while they pollinate these onion. Because I want some good seeds. Y'all be, look, work. Make my seeds. Make sure you're working. I need my seeds to be right. But I've been harvesting and sauteing those mustards. Now, y'all know mustards and turnips ain't like collards. Don't take them long at all. So don't be afraid. You don't have to cook no whole pot and be getting ham hocks and turkey necks and all that. You can saute those mustard greens. And if you let the leaves get big, there's a recipe online, and maybe I'll put the link in the description, where, okay, in the recipe they call for horseradish leaves. At the time, I did not know you could eat horseradish leaves. And I did not have any horseradish in the garden because I'm not a huge horseradish fan, but it is good for you. That heat in it, you know, it's very similar to what a pepper do. The capsaicin help with circulation. It helps with a lot of different things. But anyway, horseradish also got a lot of fiber in it too, because that root is very, very fibrous. But anyway, so I didn't have any horseradish at the time. But I said, dog, what could I use in place of that? At the time, I had red mustards in the garden. Red mustards and horseradish, I believe, are related, because if you look at the leaves, they look very similar. They also taste very similar. Also, keep in mind, mustards have a peppery kind of taste to them, just like that horseradish root got a peppery taste. So I said, well, I'm going to use them red mustard leaves, but you got to wait till they get big. And it's almost like you're doing a cabbage roll, but you use the mustard leaves. So you take you some ground meat. It don't matter if it's beef, turkey, chicken, whatever. Season it, put some onion, put some garlic, and then saute it up real good. Put some olive oil in there too. Saute it up real good. Put some rice down in there. Now, if you don't know how to cook rice, like make jambalaya or something like that, you need to watch a video or something. But whatever. Take your rice, put it down in there. Cook all that stuff. When the rice get about halfway done, turn the fire. Get your mustard leaves, wash them real good, and then take that meat and rice and onion, and you put peppers in there too. Really, you can put whatever you want to saute in there, whatever you want to put in your mix. They're like how it's similar to when you do stuffed bell peppers. That mix, you put whatever you want in there. Once you get your little meat mixture sauteed up, and that rice is halfway cooked, now you don't want it done because you're going to throw these in the oven for a quick second. Take your mustard leaves, once they're nice and big, wash them real good. You want to cut the stem out because you ain't better roll it up with that stem. It's just like cabbage roll, you got to cut that stem out. Cut the stem out, roll that meat mixture up in there, put it in the casserole dish. Once you get them all lined up in the casserole dish, put them in the oven. You ain't got to put them in the oven for long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Just long enough for that rice to get done and for them mustard leaves to get tender. Ooh, you talking about good. I mean, that's way better than cabbage roll to me. I do like cabbage roll, but ooh, that recipe there, I put the recipe down in the which column. But like I said, I put my twist on things. If I ain't got something, I use something else. Because the people that did the recipe, they in Eastern Europe somewhere. But boy, can they cook. They be cooking outdoors. But anyway, but y'all see how this is looking. Look how pretty this is looking. And this was supposed to be a cover crop. Now, these are Great Northern beans. But I just want to show y'all down in there. You see how they starting to make the flowers and stuff. And then I got volunteer watermelon coming up too. But like I said, I've been harvesting down in here. I want to mention to y'all, those bean leaves are edible. So are pea, like cow peas and stuff. These snap peas and things, they leaves edible too. They said the new shoots is more tender. I assume that's so you can put them in a salad. But these ain't very tough to me at all anyway. But I mean, you could just cook them if you find they too tough. But I have eaten them. They're delicious. Get all your food out your garden. Don't leave nothing out there. I don't leave nothing to chance. These ground cherries, they got a few little holes in them and stuff, but they coming up. If I give me 2 or 3 good plants, I'm good. Y'all see my garlic bed looking real good. These are Great Northerns. I ain't got many beans over here. A lot of my beans, the cold hit them and it just didn't do. You see that bee right there? Don't bite me now. Don't sting me. He flew off, okay. But like I told y'all, all these onions, all this stuff going to seed, all that going to seed, these flowers on these peas, all this stuff. The bees will love you if you just plant your stuff. You know, I know everybody can't start this early, but, you know, just do what you can do. Now, I did want to make mention and show you this. My baby orchard corn, I have it planted in between this garlic. Here's some more corn here. Here's some more corn. So I have corn. Some of these, I have corn in there. And that corn will get taller than that garlic. But keep in mind that garlic going to come out about May or so. A lot of that garlic going to come out. If it's a good size, it's going to come out. Waiting on my turmeric to come up. Still ain't cut the mulberry tree down. I need to do that sooner rather than later. I've been out here doing a little something before. I had to get my worm castings and make sure I put them in the bin in the greenhouse, so that they wouldn't be out in the rain. I don't want the rain. Keep in mind, if you have your worm castings down in some water, it's not gonna ruin them. But the container I had them in, it's got a hole in the bottom, and if the water just be rain through there and wash through there, it's just gonna wash the nutrients right out the bottom. So I wanted to put them inside the bin in the greenhouse. Now look at my horseradish. Look how pretty that done got just that fast. And then I must have left 2 little pieces of root up there in the front, because I see 2 little pieces of horseradish coming up there in the front. I'm gonna put that in a pot. I'm gonna put those 2 pieces of horseradish in a pot and let them do their thug thistle. This horseradish, y'all, don't put this in the sun. I had this in the sun, and then I had it in some soil that wasn't that great. But it really, I think, was the sun. And it would not do. I just didn't have no luck. And I'm going to talk to y'all, do a video on some of this stuff where you don't have no luck. Look at how pretty my persimmon is. Look at these peas here. These must be the mammoth ones. They growing up pretty tall, and they're still, I really don't see no whole bunch of no flowers. When they grow up tall like this, I grew a tall variety one year, and it got like 6 feet tall. But boy, they didn't make the peas. So I want to show y'all. Look at these graphs. So some of these grafts I don't have no question if they took or not. Some of these grafts it's become abundantly obvious, like they started breaking bud, but then they just took off. Now I got a couple that I just did. Well, not a couple, quite a few actually. I actually grafted pear over here because they say you can graft pear onto apple and apple onto pear. If it fails, it fails, whatever. But those are 2 pear cuttings. This one, I'm gonna be honest. Can y'all see right there? I think a little air got in that graft, and I don't know if this. It started blooming out, like fruiting, and then that bud over there, and it looked like. So that one might have failed on me. But yeah, that one might have failed on me. I'm really trying to see why this camera. I know it's dark out here, but good Lord. But just like some of Skill Cubs varieties, like Amber Wine, that one hasn't woke up yet. Integrity is just starting to break bud right there. Here's another Integrity. It's starting to break bud. What is this? This is Amber Wine. That Amber Wine is starting to bud out. So I have several cuttings. This is Cherry Crush. That one's starting to break bud as well. So we got some good things going on. I got some grafts on that backside. Y'all see over there? A lot of those are taken. These 2, the buds are just now coming out of them. That's a red flesh called Pendragon. But I've got some other places. I want to show y'all this. Okay, so, you know, let me see. Okay, so can y'all see how that bud looks red? I don't know if y'all can really see that. But when this first opened up and the leaves first started coming out, and maybe I'll try to catch one of them when the leaves first coming out. I don't know if y'all can see that kind of reddish tint to the back of these leaves. And if you look in the veining, you kind of see some redness in them. So when you have a red fleshed apple, I'm not talking about the skin. I'm talking about the flesh. This is Pendragon as well. I don't know if y'all can see that red vein in there. May not be showing that good. But when the flesh itself, not the when the flesh itself and not the skin is red, the apple tree will show those red genetics in the leaves. It'll show it in the bark too. Like when I got those Pendragon cuttings, I know y'all can't really tell because it's got all that wrapped around it. But those cuttings were very, very red. Take this back out. I know where this label's supposed to go. It's supposed to go over here. But it keeps falling off. So maybe I'll just wrap it just a little tighter and maybe it'll stay on. Okay, so the paragraphs. Oh yeah, that one's looking good. I only had one paragraph that didn't look that great. And that was this one. Y'all see that? But look at this one. That one looks good. Look at that one. How much that one's grown out. There's 2. And then look at this one. How far out that's grown out. What is this? I don't know if that look like aphids. I got something for you. You can get off my stuff. And then over here, playing around, I took a piece of the apple over there, grafted it here, and a different apple from down the street, I grafted that one there. So like I said, I'm playing around with this, grafting pears to apples and apples to pears. So we'll play with that. The graft over there took as well. Elderberries, you know what, this here stuff, I've never seen a plant grow as vigorous as this thing grows. It's almost like you can stand here and watch it grow. All of this, that's a good 5 feet of growth just since the spring now. Just since the spring. So I see what they mean. You have to stay on top of those elderberries if you don't want them to get wild on you. All the citrus that I transplanted over here is doing just fine. My longevity spinach started coming up. And I think right over there I'm going to plant that Okinawa spinach. Which Okinawa is similar to the longevity spinach. But it's purple. So I think I'm going to plant that over there. When it gets a decent length, I'll cut a piece off and plant a piece over there. I've got to cut all that back. My bananas coming up a little bit better. Y'all see, I see 3 of them coming up. I see some poison ivy I'm gonna have to deal with. These are my grapes. They are growing out. I can't remember what grape that is. This is muscadine. Those little bitty leaves. The blackberries are looking good. You can see they're putting on buds. There's another bud over there. So all these blackberries hopefully will get fruit this go round. I didn't show y'all the figs, but it's not really anything to see, to be honest. Oh, back over there, you see how clear it is over there? I cut all that back, and it's all right here. I'm gonna pile all that up on top of there. And on the coolest night, we're supposed to get like 40 degrees or something, I'm burning that down. And then that's probably gonna be my last burn till it get cold again. I just have to stack the stuff back up. I had a limb fall and crush. I had 2 little stackables right here. They didn't have nothing but 1 onion in them. It fell and crushed it. See, there go pieces of it. And it's a little bit of soil down there, but I may just have to leave some of that soil. Child, y'all should have seen me down there. I was scooping that soil up. I tell you, I don't throw nothing. I ain't throwing no soil away. That ain't happening. And speaking of, I don't even care if it's a handful of soil. See, here go the 1 onion. And it got spared. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull this onion up out of here. And since it's supposed to rain, I got an empty place over here. Y'all, onions are tough. Don't be scared to pull them suckers up. And let me show y'all what I'm doing. I'm just loosening up this dirt. We'll pull this back. Tuck all those roots down in. And then once I get that, just firm that in real good. That soil is already moist and we're going to get some rain. So don't have to worry about that. I got some cuttings over here. Now I cut these cuttings off of that apple tree and the leaves never did droop. I just set them in water. A lot of these scions are still good in case some of my grafts over there don't take. I may try to root some of these. And I see I got them in water and they're growing. The buds is budding out. Now this pear I just did. I may have had too many leaves on it. So I'm experimenting with rooting some of these softwood cuttings. And what I mean by softwood cuttings, they don't necessarily have bark on them. It's either the first or the second year wood where it's real thin and it still looks a little green. Those are softwood cuttings. Your hardwood cuttings are the ones that are completely lignified, got bark all on them and stuff like that. Those will probably root too, because I've seen people on YouTube do it. I haven't done it. Army chickadee, there go your blackberry right there. I'm gonna rescue my pot. I'm gonna reclaim my pot. But I'm gonna dig that something going out of there. You can have that. It's the same as them. That I had that pot out there and the roots grew up in that dirt and took over my pot. But since that looks so pretty, I'm gonna let you get that because it's a lot smaller. This is so long, I probably could cut it up and give you cuttings. If you want me to cut you cuttings of this, I will. But long story short, that's going bye-bye because I've got that stuff everywhere. I'm pretty sure a lot of this took because I see a lot of buds and stuff popping out on this. My new grapes, the leaves are coming out. My figs, they grow sent me. They're growing nicely. This pomegranate look real crazy. And I don't know why. But anyway, So I've been in here watering. Those are the Zapotec. So let me get my tag. So these two are the Zapotec. I had 8 tomatoes. I repotted all of those. Lemon drop melons. This is like a like a honeydew type melon. That's coming up. This is a volunteer tomato. But all these other tomatoes you see, those are the blush tomatoes. These 3 are the mushroom basket, and then these are the get stuffed. I see one of them has come up. So Natalie Williams sent me that. But those 2 are blush. All of these are blush. She said they're real sweet. You can see these peppers look better. All this stuff look better. I've got to move some of this stuff. It's getting too big. Y'all can see how good my tatsoi is looking after I repotted it, as well as my cabbage collards. And this did turn out to be a strawberry. So I'm going to be real gentle with that. I'm not good with strawberries from seeds. That's the one thing. Like I said, I'm going to do a video about stuff I struggle on. Now that it's warming up, these peppers are starting to take off. It's been so cool. Oh my goodness, the peppers don't like it when it's cool. Sometimes if it warm up enough, you can get them to germinate. But then once they germinate, they kind of want to stall out on you. But now they're starting, because you can see these here, they're really, and these are peppers that are from the tropics. Maybe these others will start popping up. But you can see now that these peppers are looking, they're looking glorious. Glorious. That I still don't know what it is, that's still looking good. You know, when you have something you don't know what it is, it's potential, it's a weed, it's going to look real good for you. And then my 2 butterfly pea. So those 2 are butterfly pea. Those 2 are blush tomatoes. I was unsure about how many blush tomatoes I wanted, because I can kind of stick tomatoes in places. My pigeon peas back there still looking good. This red pigeon pea, I don't know what it's gonna do. I put Dundee cut peppers, if y'all know what those are. My homegirl from Arizona sent me those as well. Also, I want to show y'all this right quick. I got some more cuttings. Let me get my finger out of the frame. That might have been why I didn't want to focus earlier. So these are Joey red flesh pears. So I had never seen a red flesh pear. Had never heard of one. It's another one in England. It's kind of hard to come by. I had never heard of that. So I said I've got to have. Okay, so when I come back here, so these are white Pakistan mulberries, well, white shatut. And then these are white mulberries as well. Y'all can see there, and I'm leaving the plastic on. Y'all leave your stuff on. These are from Dan. These are Maui mulberries. They're pushing mulberries out. So when your mulberries start pushing fruit out, don't be alarmed. That's just what they do. The fruit comes out first with the new growth. That's why when you prune them, a lot of times you can get them to fruit again, even if they're not ever-bearing. Now, ever-bearing will do that on its own. So really, that's the bulk of what I got going on in there. I don't have a lot of stuff going on out here, but remember I told y'all I was going to look at my poke. This was growing in the greenhouse. I transplanted it out here where I could have, I want one little place where I have my poke at, where I have access to it, but I can mow everything else. Because see, just like all this around here, need to be weed eated. But I'm going to weed eat everything but that. I'm going to let that get big and make seed and everything. But I've been filling these. I got 3 more of these to fill. So I've been filling those. And my palm trees, they are getting, this is a jelly palm here. If you don't know what a jelly palm is, it makes a little orange fruit that a lot of times people make jelly out of. That's Chilean wine palm. Makes a little tiny coconut. A little coconut about the size of ping pong ball, something like that. But they taste delicious. Delicious. Update on the peach grafts. That first graft that I did, it may have taken, it may not have. The little bloom on the end just, it went away, which I didn't think it was going to carry no fruit. But the good thing is, remember I said I cut that in 3 pieces? This one I'm pretty sure has taken. I did another one here. I don't know if that's going to do anything. That's the other one, the one I showed y'all that bloomed. It is what it is. But I ain't studying it because I'm be honest and say maybe I shouldn't have grafted that. It may just be focusing on the fruit, because if y'all see all these peaches on here, it may just be focusing on the fruit. So hey, it is what it is. I'll take it. I got one. It was one piece. It was I think it's Belhaven or something like that, or Bell of Florida. It may have been Bell of Florida. And I just kind of been watching my figs. Look at this. Look at that fig there. Said LSU go. Let LSU go. But that's the only one on there. Drop the other ones. So I don't know what to make about that. Look at this. This trash blows in here all the way from the street. Because I don't eat no vanilla caramel. Some kind of ice cream. Come. Sure. Ladybug. Is it some aphids somewhere, my dear? Huh? Oh, you gonna go up under the limb. Okay, fine. Camera shy. I have been eating off my little strawberries over here, and they steadily making strawberries. My Chilean guava is still putting on new growth, and I did snatched off a few pieces and shoved them in the dirt. And I think those cuttings may take. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. But these Barbados cherries, they got a bunch of new growth on them. I'm wondering if they gonna bloom and try to do anything this year. I sure hope they do, because I've been wanting to know what that tastes like for a long time. You know, people describe stuff to you. That ain't the same as wrapping your lips around it. But other than that, I started bagging my fruit. I'm gonna do a video talking about bagging fruit. Yeah, so that's mainly what I've been doing, because I bag my blueberries as well. And I'll do a video and show y'all and talk about that. But yeah, so that's what's been going on, and I appreciate y'all watching and hanging with me and watching the garden progress, and leaving your comments and all that kind of stuff. So until next time, see you guys later.